Watch movies.
Welcome back to the Watch Movies podcast, where we watch movies, and that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's all
That's
we
all
do.
it is.
And this podcast, if you choose to accept to watch it, and this is either a Mission Impossible reference. We watched this. We watched
We
Mission
watched
Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
Self-destruct. It's gonna
Mission
explode.
Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Part one.
Part 1. Crazy that they did like a. I originally, when they were like, we're doing a Part 1 and a Part 2, I was like, of a mission. What?
What?
After seeing it, I understand.
When they originally announced that, I was like, oh, so this must be like the last ones. But no, it's
I
not.
did. I did too. It is a weird. Franchises don't usually do that where they do a two-part in the middle of the franchise, or like not
Yeah,
being the
not
end.
the end.
It's kind of wild. I guess they did that kinda in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Did they?
Yeah, like Dead Man's Chest is kind of like a Part 1 to
Oh,
at World's End. It's like they shot them back to back, and it was a
yeah,
it
that's
was
true.
led right into it as a cliffhanger.
That's a good. Pull.
Except I don't count the rest of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Like I don't do that. That's a different. But I get
Yeah,
passionate.
Whole other take.
But I remember when they announced it being a Part 1, Part 2, I said what? But what? But
Is that what you did?
after seeing the scale of the movie,
They earned it.
I understand they probably wrote it out and they were like, we're gonna make this one movie, right?
Yeah.
And then they were like, after breaking it down, they were like, fuck, there's no way we can make this in one
We got
movie. It
some
would be
shit
like a
to do.
4.5 hour long movie.
It's really funny that it embodies a lot of things that we've talked about on this podcast. Being against as in, or just like stop it.
Just like pet peeves.
Like almost a 3-hour movie. It's broken up into 2 parts, and a long movie title.
It's the 7th movie in a franchise.
It's a 7th movie in a big franchise. It's all stuff like reasons why we should not like it. A fucking amazing movie.
We all loved it.
I'm all about it. It
Rules.
felt like an hour and a half. Like,
To
it was-
no one's surprise, this movie bangs because I think Tom is in his prime. Like,
It's
can you
nuts.
say
in
that?
the
Yeah.
I mean, bro, think about it. He's
3 straight bangers.
3 straight bangers. Edge of Tomorrow was like 2014. That was probably maybe the start of it. No, Ghost Protocol was like the start of his new prime. I mean, Top Gun too.
You
All
could
these
say
Mission Impossible movies.
2013 to 2023 is that the best decade of an action star run?
I've
up
just been
there,
saying for the last 3 movies, like Mission Impossible Fallout came out, and I was like, this is the best action movie since, I guess, Mad Max Fury Road or whatever.
Yeah.
Then Top Gun Maverick came out, and I was like, well, this is the best action movie since Mission Impossible Fallout. And then Dead Reckoning came out, and I'm like, this is the best action movie since Top Gun
2.
Maverick.
Yeah.
Like,
And you know what? When Part 2 comes out, you're probably gonna be like, "This is the best action movie since
It's
Part
just-
1
Yeah,
last year." Like,
And they don't ever feel like there is some tropes in Mission Impossible movies that repeat, like the mask thing and stuff like that. But they don't ever feel like this, like they're repeating themselves.
yeah, it doesn't feel
plot-wise
stale or
yeah,
tired.
it never feels stale.
no, and they kind of also they do this thing. Like I was watching when we were watching Dead Reckoning, I kind of realized this. I was like, bro, they have so many cool characters in these.
Yeah.
We don't ever give the cool characters.
Well, they're good. Like it's weird in an action movie to have such good character writing.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, like each new character they introduce is like cool and interesting, and like I care about what they're saying, what they're doing.
Yeah, I care about what they're doing, and then a cool character, like a character. I'm like, some movies I'm like, oh, it's just a character, but in these Mission Impossible movies, this character's there. I'm like, that character's fucking badass, dude. What? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's this, Charles Parnell.
Yeah.
Like like in the beginning, it's right in the beginning. Like, Mr. Saw is there, and like Kittredge, the new CIA director, or whatever, and he's in Top Gun Maverick actually too. I just realized that he's fucking
Yeah, he
next
is.
to you. He's next to fucking John Hamm all the time.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
at that. He's the guy who goes like this, like when fucking Tom Cruise
Yeah.
steals a jet, goes like this,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
does that. He's there, and I'm like, it's fucking Charles Parnell, and like he's in it for a little bit, but he's fucking badass, dude. Like
That-
all
that
these
room
characters
was
are
full of
so
hitters.
badass.
Room
Yeah.
was full of hitters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And also when they like add new characters into the franchise, like it's really easy to fuck that up.
Yeah.
You know, like you
Oh,
can
yeah.
make characters who don't feel like they belong or like they're the annoying one or like,
Or they just feel like a copy of a
Yeah.
past character or
But
something.
no, like they had Haley Atwell in this movie, she fucking rules immediately.
Oh my god.
They add Pom Clemente in this movie, she fucking rules.
Oh, she don't. he was struggling through the movie. Just
Oh,
like,
Hot. Sorry, I can't hold it in any longer, dude. The ensemble of beautiful women who kill people in this movie, it's insane. You have Vanessa Kirby, Rebecca Ferguson, who I fell in love with her yesterday watching this. I like seriously like I fucking love you. Like no, this is more than I fucking love you. I was like I mean also they're just so cool, and they had these different things, like for some reason what's her name, the girl who plays Mantis?
Palm Clementif, whatever.
Yeah.
Palm Clementif, I
For
guess.
some reason at one point she's dressed as a mime. And I'm like, yes.
they didn't even explain it, but it was cool.
No, she's like there just dressed as a mime at this party. I'm like,
Well, I
yeah.
don't know if you're the mime, but she just had like a
White
I
face
think it was like
paint.
mask. I think she had like a mask.
It was just like
on.
white makeup
That
and
was
like black eyeliner, and she was wearing like an outfit that like looked like a mime to me. I don't know, but I was like,
and then she
oh,
gets
this-
into a fight with Tom Cruise, and it's fucking awesome.
yeah, and she's a sword cane. I'm like, yeah, no,
Yes.
well, like nothing in this movie I question. I'm just like, yeah, no. I mean, we were talking about it off camera, the eye patch.
Yeah.
That-
Oh,
and
yeah.
why
Rebecca
she's
Ferguson, like at the beginning of the movie, she's like sniping people. She got an eye patch on.
And they do a cool like zoom in on it where she's like pulling it over.
Yeah. Oh,
But she talked about in an interview the whole reason she had an eye patch for this movie is because like when you're looking down the scope of a gun, you're supposed to like close the other eye, like so you can see better or whatever. And she can't wink. Like she just can't close her
That's
off
so
eye.
funny.
So they were like, "That looks fucking terrible. Never do that again. Here's an eye patch."
I wanted to see those first cuts where she's like doing it. She's trying to look badass, but she's like,
And they're like, quick, go to Party City, get an eye patch, and fucking. And you know what? Like we're talking about it, and like when they were like, "Is this gonna look too out of place and weird?" And they're like, "Nah, they're not gonna care."
No,
and of course we were watching it. We're like, "It's fucking
No,
it's fucking badass." She's an eye patch on.
Yeah,
she's
there's
in
an eye
the
patch,
fucking
the
desert
rules.
and like a Call of Duty map with a sniper, and she just has an eye patch. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
No questioning. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, you take
That-
it over
that
here.
Because
whole-
everyone in this movie just looks cool as shit. It's
Yeah.
impossible not to.
Mission
Yeah.
Impossible not to.
Ha.
I'm sorry. I'm
That was really
sorry.
good. Yeah, so we're gonna keep it non-spoiler for a bit, and then we'll get into we'll let you know when we start talking about spoilers. So don't worry.
Yeah.
But we're gonna convince you to go see this movie.
No,
We're
I
gonna
will
tell you
make
every
it.
view on this movie or on this episode should be going to view the movie.
Yes, please, because so help me God if this movie bombs. I don't think it will,
It's
but
not.
what it's the
Yeah,
it's
they
the
don't
four-
need our they don't
what
need
is
our
it?
help.
How much?
14th most expensive, unadjusted for inflation.
And it was like what 290.
291 million
to make?
to make.
Do not let this movie bomb. We cannot laugh at because if this movie bombs, we might not get another Mission Impossible movie after part 2.
Well, it's projected to be at 160 million worldwide after week 1. So I think we're
they're gonna be
we're
alright.
in good water.
They're gonna hit. Do you think they'll hit a Billy?
No.
No.
No, Fallout finished with I think 791 million.
Yeah, I think it'll be around there. I think it'll be high. I think
Should-
it'll pass Fallout in my opinion.
The bad thing, it's not really bad because I like movies. But the bad thing for that movie is that next week Oppenheimer and Barbie
and
come out on the
Oppenheimer.
same
Yeah,
day,
I
and like
got
that
ahead
might
of myself. I forgot about that.
those might bury that movie. Honestly,
I don't know.
I can
Well,
see it
they're-
making more than
they're-
Oppenheimer.
all
next
three
weekend.
movies-
I think it could stay second place above Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
The good thing is all three movies kind of hit different niches.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oppenheimer's more film bro, like history nut type of thing. Barbie's, Barbie,
The entire world.
The entire world. Barbie will be okay. But Mission Impossible obviously is like an action, just pure action movie. So
Yeah.
like I think they
It'll
And
depend
everyone
a
loves
lot on the
Tom.
reviews of Oppenheimer. Like when it first, like if it drops to like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever, then yeah, like it'll still like
oh yeah, I'm
do
so
really great.
curious
But
to
if it
see
drops
that.
to like a 72 or something, then like
Yeah.
it'll be tough. for
Either way,
Oppenheimer
it's
at
gonna be
box
okay.
office.
It's gonna make his money back. It's
Hopefully.
gonna probably double.
hopefully
his money.
don't
Like,
let it bomb because you want to see Tom Cruise ride a
bomb.
motorcycle. You want to see Tom Cruise ride a motorcycle, like for real?
For real?
For real. Like that's one of the things that I love in these Mission Impossible movies is he fucking drives those motorcycles. He drives them. That's him. And he knows how to
Drove a
ride, dude.
motorcycle off a mountain for you.
Bro,
And he did
you-
it like 20
viewer.
times. He did 20 takes of that. He kept driving it off a mountain.
Dude, do you remember in Rogue Nation when he gets on that motorcycle after he like dies, and he has that fucking like button up on, and he's like fucking like kind
Yeah.
of almost hitting the ground. That was him doing that. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that's the thing that separates Tom Cruise from every other movie star right now. Because it's like, yeah, there are some people who do their own stunts or whatever. Like Keanu Reeves does his own stunts, I think. You know, you even have like some of the MCU people do their own stunts. Tom Holland does, et cetera, et cetera. But they're not doing shit that he's doing. They're not
No.
jumping out of planes and like diving off cliffs.
It's
It's
one thing to
unmatched.
do your own like stunts, jumping through a window or whatever. But,
yeah,
like,
dude, climb a fence. You know, like he did his own stunts in the
he
scene.
did his own
I'm like,
stunts
oh
in the
really?
movie. He jumped off of one roof.
Yeah, no,
he got
I-
body slammed through a building.
Yeah, like they'll like climb a gate, and they're like, you did his own stunts in the scene. I'm like, I did that every day as a kid playing hide and seek, dude. I don't fucking care about your stupid.
But climbing the Burj Khalifa,
Oh,
hanging
Burj
off the side of a
Khalifa,
plane.
Burj Khalifa.
Is that not what it is?
You think the Burj Khalifa? You're thinking of Mia Khalifa.
Burj Khalifa.
Yeah, Burj Khalifa. Yeah, climbing the Burj Khalifa, fucking standing on a plane, fucking as it fucking just ascends into the air.
Yeah.
Fucking and the big stunt of him jumping off, which you've seen it all over Twitter and the
Yeah,
internet.
that's not a spoiler. And like,
Yeah.
actually, it gets cooler from there. Like,
I
as
mean,
cool as
The
that
scene-
scene is,
the whole train.
it gets cooler.
Yeah, we'll get into spoilers later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
no
think
spoilers, yeah.
I think you know, I don't really care if Keanu Reeves can fall down some stairs in John Wick 4 because I don't think he delivered one line correctly that entire movie. You
He
know?
barely delivered any lines. He's
Look,
Alright,
look.
Okay, slow down.
We're
I
not
like
shitting
him.
on the John
I
Wick
like him.
franchise here.
yeah,
John Wick is badass.
I will say,
but
Tom Cruise's charisma is unmatched in Hollywood.
unmatched.
He has maybe the best charisma of any like movie star I think ever. I think he's surpassed everyone.
You think so? Yeah, it's rare to have.
That's-
I don't know about just pure charisma, but the combination of the action,
and charisma.
like he might be on his own.
Well,
in
yeah,
that
that's
way.
why I kind of said like
No
movie
Pierce.
star. Like he does it all. He gets
because
down
like
the
George
nitty
Clooney
gritty.
has charisma. Like he's,
Oh,
he's
true,
got to be
but
there.
yeah,
But-
Or like, you know, your Will Smiths.
Yeah.
your, like, you know,
But like being able to do the action and the stunts, and then also have like the suave and like do the spy stuff and like
Just
wink.
yeah,
and-
you're sitting there doing sleight of hand shit with Rebecca
Yeah,
Ferguson's.
I when
Everyone's
when
like,
that it's not. I mean, he does slide a hand in the movie, whatever. Like when he did that, I turned to well, either Noah or Garrett, one of them. I was like, he knows magic now. Like what?
And you know what? Did you question it after that?
No,
You
no,
were
I
like,
was fine with it. I was
Okay,
like,
yeah, you're right.
all right.
Okay, yeah, he knows. Yeah, of course he knows that.
And it wasn't just like simple sleight of hand where it's like behind your hand away. Like he fucking made it disappear. I was
yeah,
like,
he did
whoa.
a David Blaine.
Yeah,
like,
I was
he just like whoop, and it's like
I mean,
and
what?
it ruled. I was like, he's so fucking cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just no one's doing it at 60 like he is.
Yeah.
No one's doing it like him.
fucking sprinting through the streets
There-
of
there's
Venice or whatever.
There's a
like-
scene where it's a one shot, and I think it's a drone or a dolly, something. It's a full one shot where it's going along with him, and he's sprinting full speed for at least like 18 seconds. And I was watching that like, I couldn't do this.
No, I would be so fucking
I
winded.
could
I would
sprint
stop
for,
4
like-
times.
I haven't sprinted since I was like 16. Like,
And he's double you what you are.
He's
Like,
double my
he's
age.
like-
He's sprinting full speed. Like I've run and jogged and shit like that. He's sprinting like for his life for over 15 seconds.
you
And-
know,
and it looks so fucking cool.
And it looks good.
Like-
And he had to film that scene like
and you
a
know
bunch.
he fucking finished it, went behind the camera, watched it back, and went, "All right, I'm gonna go do that again." And fucking-
Like,
and
we
he
need to
did it.
like let's get a little closer here and like
Yeah, and they're like Tom, like Christopher McQuarrie's like Tom.
We got it. Dom.
You're running, buddy. It looks. He's like, no. I just need to. I need him. He needs to go higher.
I need to chop more.
Yeah, I need to fucking karate chop the air more when I run. It looks better like that. And then you know what? It does. For
It
some
does.
reason,
It
I'm
just
just
looks
like,
so fucking
I'm
good.
like, looks
It
like
works.
he's going faster.
It works every time. He looks
Yeah.
fast as fuck.
And like, there's not a whole lot of things like in this movie to really surprise you, like structurally or whatever. Like they're
Yeah.
not game changers, you know, in terms of this is a brand new take on what Mission Impossible could be.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
And
It's
it doesn't.
exactly what you wanted,
Yeah, it doesn't need to do that.
and it rules. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's kind of, I think that is the mistakes that we talk about franchises. That's the mistakes that franchises make, is like, how do we make this just different, completely different than last time? Oh, Fast and Furious. take him to space. That's something they've never done.
Yeah,
and shit
they,
like
they
that.
try and like instead of just doing an amazing version of an action movie, they try and jump genre hop a little bit. They try and like, oh, let's make it crazy like in this direction. It's like, no, you can just take a really cool action movie and then make it awesome.
Yeah,
Like, you don't
like,
have to
self-contain it.
you don't have to go to space. You don't have to do a crazy twist that like, oh, nobody saw coming. Like, it's hard. That misses a lot.
Like once you get like train sequences in action movies, they happen all the time.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
seen a zillion of them. In this movie, there's a train sequence, and they do something like they put a lot of craftsmanship in it,
Yeah.
and they make it. I'm like, that's the coolest part of this movie, right?
Yeah,
now.
and
Like,
it's not like it's something I've never seen before. Like if you've ever
No.
played like an Uncharted game or whatever, you're like, that looks like an Uncharted scene.
Yeah, they're
They
not.
did it better than the Uncharted movie.
Yeah,
did
they're
it.
not trying to like oh, the train comes off the tracks and starts flying. Like
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
crazy happens. It's exactly what you've seen before, but it's just
but just done
Just
really well.
so fucking good.
It's just
Emphasis
so
on
well
well.
And
Good.
that's just like what Tom Cruise like brings to a movie. Like I don't know, like, you know, whatever people want to say about Tom Cruise and Scientology or jumping on couches or whatever the fuck. But
Yeah.
I know when Tom Cruise is in an action movie, he's gonna be out there risking his fucking life. He's gonna be making sure y'all are following the fucking COVID protocols. He's filming during COVID.
He will yell at you.
he's gonna tell you to
And-
follow the protocol.
And he's going to get that shit just fucking perfect and make it feel genuine and authentic and like some real shit happening. Because you can watch a Fast and Furious movie and they're doing crazy ass stunts, but it doesn't feel like anything.
yeah.
Like it doesn't, like you don't care.
no
Like,
weight
you're
to
just
it.
watching
Yeah.
CGI fuckfest. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise can do equally crazy shit, which he does in this movie. Like the train sequence, without spoilers, like it's insane. Like if you just like describe what's happening,
Yeah.
it's fucking ridiculous, but you feel it because like
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is doing
Yeah,
it.
it's like you just like that. You like just going off what you're saying. Like you can describe the scene to someone. They're like, okay, I've seen that. I'm like, no. It's done in a way that Tom Cruise is doing it in this way that you've never seen it before. Though, like he's just making it feel real for some. I don't know. Like it's also the commitment that he brings in. I feel like he's directing these movies low key. I feel like
I think it
he's
is
like
very much a tandem with
Yeah.
him and Christopher McQuarrie. at
it
this
started off. The movie started off with like, "Hi, I'm Tom Cruise. This is Christopher. What's your name? Christopher McQuarrie. Yeah,
point.
they're
Yeah,
just
no.
sitting there like,
as soon as that happened, I was like, "Oh, we're in for it."
Oh, yeah.
Like,
dude.
I wish more like actor director combos would like say, "Hey, thanks for watching our movie. Like, we put a lot of
Yeah.
work into this. Like, I'm like, I appreciate that. Thanks for talking to me. Hey, that was a good conversation.
it was
we had."
before Top Gun. He did that too.
Yeah, I think more.
Tom.
I hope he does
I
it
think-
every time.
Yeah, I think
I
more
fucking
directors might
love
take,
that, dude.
take that up.
I
Especially
fucking
like
love that.
J.J. Abrams type of directors. I think he might start doing that.
Yeah,
And just imagine the budget if you know, Tom Cruise wasn't on set, you know, demanding everyone is following these regulations. You know, you got to shut down
the budget
filming.
balloons.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, you film for an extra month because somebody got COVID or something.
yeah. Can you imagine if like fucking Simon Pegg got COVID on set and he's out for 2 weeks, and then he got a little too sick. Oh, he's out for a week longer. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck, we just lost 3 weeks of filming with one of our main characters because you didn't wear your goddamn mask. You son of a bitch bastard. I'm gonna yell at you and everyone's gonna put it on the internet and think I'm a bad guy.
Yeah,
like, no,
yeah. We were
dude.
talking about this off camera, but like, yeah, he can come off as an asshole, but I think that really is just from like how much he cares about getting the movie made and made right. Like, I'm fine with that. Like,
Yeah.
when you're making such a big movie, an epic, an action movie that requires so much precision and just execution, then he can be a little bit of that. Like you trying to get something done. If you're making Grown Ups 3, like then you're like, okay, stop yelling. Like,
Yeah,
we're
dude,
fine.
It's not
Yeah.
like that.
But like, there's a whole different stakes.
And yeah, when you are literally about to get on a motorcycle and jump off a mountain, like, you know, it's like, okay.
Yeah,
This is some
it's not like he's not doing it
serious
himself.
shit.
It's not
Yeah.
like he's not like in there putting the work in.
Yeah, he's not
and-
yelling at people, all the stunt doubles over there doing like all the
Yeah.
the hard shit. Nah, like
it's like, you remember when Christian Bale kind of did the same thing?
Yeah.
Like, he was yelling at that person who like lit the scene wrong,
the
or whatever.
lighting guy,
And
yeah.
it's on the set of Terminator Salvation.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, chill. Mick G is filming this, okay? A music video director is fucking making this
God.
movie, so chill out. This is not like that. This is like one of the best franchises of all time, one of the most critically acclaimed, action franchises of all time. He's bringing you in because he expects the best from you, kind of like you expect the best from him. It's a fucking village.
Yeah.
You know, it takes
Yeah.
a village.
And like I appreciate that too, with like how he was so adamant about like this being in IMAX theaters as long as possible and shit like that. He's like, we took the time to fucking make this way.
Yeah.
We want people to see it like that.
I wish I could have seen it in IMAX. to be
It's
honest.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
when I saw it at a press screening. It was in IMAX. When I saw it the second time, I saw it in just Dolby because
Yeah.
we don't have IMAX out where I live, and it's still awesome in Dolby. Like Dolby's amazing. Don't get me wrong, but like the IMAX is just better. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see it in fucking RDXD, the shaky
With-
seats, dude.
Yeah.
Can you
Like that
imagine?
moment with the train?
Yeah, dude. Well, that part where the train, not gonna spoilers in here in a minute, but like it kind of like they kind of float up in the air for a little bit. I bet you the seats kind of like
Yeah.
and fucking drop like that.
I did that. When I watched the movie,
Oh, dude,
I was,
me too. I was like, oh, fuck. Oh.
So cool.
it was just so fucking sick, man.
Can we do
Like,
spoilers now?
Let's
Yeah.
do
So
it.
yes, we're gonna get into spoilers. Go watch the movie. If you haven't seen it, turn this off. Go watch it, and then come back and watch.
Don't let a bomb.
and then
bastard.
watch us talk about how fucking cool it is. We're gonna nerd out for a minute. But yeah, go see the movie. Let's get into spoilers.
So I think one of our, collectively, one of our favorite things, the most interesting thing in this movie is the entity. The AI aspect
the
of it.
AI
Yeah,
villain.
I wasn't
entity.
sold on it at first. When I first heard it, I was like, that could either be really cool or really lame, and I was kind of worried about it at first. But the moment that they're in the airport, Ethan Hunt is like being chased and chasing. But he has the glasses, the AR glasses, and he sees Gabriel, and he's like, "What?" He takes his glasses off, and then Gabriel like glitches out and disappears for a second. I was like, "What the fuck?" Like
Yeah.
I'm in. Like
Yeah.
this is I'm
I-
in for this.
I love the AI aspect of this, and it's just so fucking perfectly timed too.
Yeah,
like,
the
we're
timing of
talking-
it is crazy.
Like how did they?
We're
How do
talking
they
about
know?
ChatGPT and all this other shit.
Well,
and
even in
deep fakes
movies.
and yeah,
Like specific to the strike right now and the AI stuff like surrounding movies.
yeah.
Like, wow, the timing of that.
So we get this like AI entity that like wants to take over the world, and you also have like the evil guys in suits who want to weaponize the AI and use it for their own purposes. Like,
Yeah,
fucking-
I mean, he has everybody coming after him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
dude.
love all these. Like I called it rat race, but like all these different groups of people are going after one thing because they all want it for their own different reasons.
Yeah.
Some of them don't even know what it does or what the key that unlocks.
Yeah, they just like
they don't know what it unlocks.
They know other people want it, so they want it. It's like a trade deadline.
It is like got it. Like everyone wants this thing. Who's gonna do more than the
who's
other
gonna-
person to
yeah.
get this thing? And then of course, Ethan Hunt, being the badass motherfucker that he is like, you know what? I'm gonna destroy this because
Yeah.
like I'm gonna get that.
No
key
one
and
should
destroy
have it.
He's like, no one needs this, dude. No one needs this because if someone has it, that's it. Like that's
Yeah.
the world is
We don't
theirs.
even know what it does, but
Yeah.
we're just like, whatever it is, it's bad.
Right off the bat, the movie is like it's the most powerful weapon ever developed by humans.
Yeah,
That's what they said. And I'm like, well, fuck. All right. Well, if someone had that, that's not good.
And to me, that's so fucking cool because like this is the 7th Mission Impossible movie, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
So like we've done the fate of the world's on the line.
We done nuclear bomb.
We've done nuclear bombs, blah blah blah. Like we've done it all. So it's really hard to like in the 7th movie still make it feel like something like Fast X or whatever. You're like this. I don't care what happens. Like it doesn't like the stakes don't matter
Yeah.
anymore. It's so ridiculous. But in Dead Reckoning, they make it feel like something. Like it's oh shit, AI is about to take over the world, or someone controlling AI is about to take over the world. And both of those things are really fucking bad. So Ethan Hunt has to fucking dive off a mountain to stop things from happening.
He has to fucking jump a motorcycle off the mountain.
The AI was so scary because it's like an invisible enemy.
Yeah.
And it was constantly like Luther Ving Rhames was telling Ethan, he was like, he can see all kinds of possibilities. And he's like, there's a possibility. The AI, the entity sees a possibility where you win and destroy it. And it's scared of that possibility. So you need to like do it just like this.
Yeah.
Don't kill Gabriel. You need to fucking just, man up and go do it.
So bad.
And I'm like, and also when they're like at a crossroads all the time, like they're like, well, we need to go do this, but what if the entity wants us to go
He
do
knows
that?
we
But
wanna do
what if
this.
the entity makes us think that the entity wants us to go do that? And like, I'm like, fuck, I don't know, dude. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, and they're just like, you have to just. They said something like you have to just kind of like go by your gut or something.
Yeah.
Like that. They're just like you just got to do what you're gonna
Emotion
do.
to think like it.
And
Yeah.
I love it because like we were saying, like it's super timely with all the AI stuff or whatever, but it feels like something that's kind of off into the future, but like not that far off.
Yeah,
Like we're not that
Well, it's
far
a serious,
away
like,
from these
fear.
possibilities or whatever. Like,
yeah.
and yeah, they just fucking nailed it.
I mean, the main the physical villain Gabriel, he's great too, because I don't know
that
the
actor's
actor's
really
name.
good. Yeah,
I don't know the actor's name, but the combination of him and the entity, it's like the stakes have never been higher in a Mission Impossible movie, and that's why like when I was talking about like the scale of this,
yeah.
this is the most complex.
Well,
Mission
and I
Impossible
can
has ever
see why
gotten.
they made it into 2 movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The
They-
scale
and
of
and I
it.
earned
appreciate
2
that.
movies.
It
Yeah.
it also like whatever the plot is. I feel like anytime there's a 2-part movie, if it's done right, it makes the stakes seem higher because
Yes.
you're like, oh, this is like a big deal. Like,
Only
we're
the
taking
beginning,
2 movies on this. Like we're taking like 6 hours on this idea here.
The guy that plays Gabriel is Esai Morales. He's played a couple notable films, Bad Boys with Sean Penn, and he's done some recurring TV work. But this is really
his biggest
biggest
break.
film to date.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
can
he-
tell.
he
I've never really
kills it.
seen him anywhere else, but I was like, he's cool.
When I wrote my review, I was like, he pulls off what Rami Malek was trying to do in No Time to Die.
That's a really good.
Yeah,
point.
because like Rami Malek, he like tries to be like creepy and like he talks all slow with his
yeah,
accent
kind
or
of like
whatever.
stone face, like
Yeah,
I don't care. type
and
of
it's like
thing.
it doesn't really work because of whatever accent he's doing. But this
I've
guy
never
S.A. Morales, S.I. Morales, or
he just like
just
because
cool.
he's older and has a beard and is like he just pulls it off.
yeah.
Like Rami is a little like
And he fights too.
You're
like,
like you're a
wide-eyed.
fucking weirdo
Yeah,
AI
he
fanatic, like zealot
Yeah.
basically. But like,
he's like weird, but he also has
I'm
like
into it.
gravitas.
yeah,
Yeah.
he sells it, but honestly, every new character, fucking cool. Like
Every
I
new
have
character
no
is cool.
complaints with any. Like there's just some like they brought in Shea Wingham, who is like just in everything. The guy Briggs, the guy who was working with the guy who plays Coyote from Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
He's just a side. He is like a character actor in every movie ever, I think. And he's in this, and I'm like, they're bringing him in. He's cool in it. I'm like,
he's great.
he's cool.
yeah. They don't miss with the characters.
No, the
it's
characters-
just it feels like they really take time to put care into developing each character, and it's not like, oh, we just got a guy over here. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this one dude, actor A does this
Yeah,
part.
and they're not like,
they
fucking
really
weirdo mustache twirling villains. Or
no,
anything
like
that.
everybody has
They're
some
just-
depth. Yeah.
Yeah,
And we're kind of talking about this off camera. The one of the nitpicky things that we have with it is how they fake out Rebecca Ferguson's
I
death.
despise fake out deaths.
At the beginning, they fake her
Dex has
death out.
He's heated on that part.
Yeah.
I
get it.
hate fake out deaths.
I mean, I
And
get
they
it.
fake out her death at the beginning of the movie, which like it wasn't super believable that she would be dead at that point anyway.
Yeah.
But they do the fake out death. She like gets shot or whatever, and then they cut away for a little bit, and then they like flash back to that, and she wakes up or whatever. Cool, fine. But then they actually kill her later on in the movie,
Yeah.
and I just didn't register
It-
that
yeah,
she might be
it
dead.
takes away the impact a little bit.
yeah,
He took away, and like that's. I was like, yeah, it was for me. That was like a flaw in the writing because I'm like, they were really like, we want you to feel it with all the music and how slow it was and everything, like the fades, and they want you to feel her death. But I'm like, to me, she like died early on in the movie already. Like you should have waited a lot longer.
It really felt like it was coming.
Yeah,
Like it was really, and I feel like if they didn't do that fake out death,
it would have
and
hit
they just-
harder.
Yeah, and they just kind of like they kind of like telegraphed it with a few moments, like when they're on the roof and they're like smiling and like that. Like I was like, oh, they're kind of telegraphing that she's gonna die, and they're like setting up their relationship a little bit more. And,
yeah.
and I feel like especially that fake out, it just wasn't super necessary on its own in a bubble. It was cool, but like as it impacts the rest, I would have been like, oh well, let's cut that because that
Yeah, that'll take away,
takes away
like,
the impact.
It
Like, if
feels like a
came out
boy
of
who
nowhere
cried wolf
more-
situation. Like,
Yeah, like if it like came out of nowhere, like I feel like main franchises or just really good movies where you're into it, you really love this character. I feel like whenever they die suddenly or like you just don't see it coming, that's when it impacts the most.
Yeah.
That's when you're like, oh my god, like
yeah.
Yeah.
like,
I-
what?
We were kind of talking like there seems like there like in the next part, definitely in that part 2, there is going to be a major death that happens, and let me tell you something. If they kill my boy Benji,
Oh my god.
I think it's gonna be Ving.
I think
Ving
if
would
I
be
had to
fucking
replace
bad.
a
I
dead,
would
I
hate
would say
that.
Ving.
I think he's gonna die.
I'd
Whatever,
hate that
whatever he
too.
went off to do to isolate himself to like try and get the source code.
He's
or
gonna
whatever.
die doing it.
He's gonna die. He's gonna finish it, but somehow the entity's gonna get. I don't know. The entity's gonna hire an assassin through online and like go kind of like he hired-
Somebody's gonna shoot him as he like types the final.
Yeah, it's
code.
gonna be something like that. I just feel like that's gonna happen.
that part where Benji is doing like that nuclear bomb or what he thought was nuclear bomb.
Dude, that
And
was
he's doing those riddles, and it was like it was testing him, and it was like because they knew, and the entity knows them,
yeah.
and it was asking him questions, and you had to be honest to fucking keep going, and it asked him, "What do you care about most in the world?" And he fucking was like, "My friends," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Ah, damn,
Dude, that was and that's something that made like because the AI thing could have really failed. The whole
Yeah,
AI
it could
villain
have
thing.
flopped for sure.
But that's one of those things that grounded it, that made it like, oh, this is a real threat, and it has real stakes, like, and it really affected a character really early in the movie. It was like Simon Pegg killed him.
he always does. He always does.
He looked like devastated in that moment.
Yeah,
I will say, I think they like with the character death thing. They already gave us the new Rebecca Ferguson with Haley Atwell. Like we could see that coming from a mile away. Like, okay, like
I mean,
yeah,
they
Rebecca
literally
Ferguson
pitted them up against each other at one point. Like one of them is going to die.
Yeah,
It's like,
Rebecca
oh.
Ferguson is gonna die, but you have Haley Atwell.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun? And then I
pretty
think,
good fallback option.
and then if they do kill Ving Rhames, I think the other black guy who they were setting up as like
the
obviously going
Coyote
to turn.
from-
Yeah, Coyote.
They were setting up like the agent who was obviously going to turn to Ethan Hunt's side.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That I
they might
really
just, like fit him in there.
Yeah, I really liked his character. Like he was really nuanced. He wasn't just like bonehead cop guy like that was chasing him.
Yeah,
Like, he was like, he asked him like, what would you or what side are you on? The guy asked him, and he was like, everyone's.
The world. Yeah,
I like how he was always like trying to do the right thing. Like,
Yeah.
even when they were like trying to evacuate the train or whatever, he was like trying to be cool about it, like
Mhm.
speaking in French and shit. Like,
Yeah.
he's just a good guy. Like, you can
good
tell.
guy, and I love that he wasn't just a soulless partner for Shea Wingham. He actually they actually had like that. It's just the cool character writing, cool side character writing that this movie has. That they're talking on the train. They're like, "Why are we fucking going so hard after fucking Ethan Hunt right now?"
Yeah.
And then he's like, he's gone rogue. He's gone rogue so many times, and we have to bring him in and shit. And he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
but he's trying to do the right thing.
Yeah,
he's like,
he
"What?"
straight up was like, well, don't you think he had a reason for going rogue each time? or
Yeah,
something
that's what he's
that?
like. He
I
has
was
a
like,
reason, right?
Somebody with a brain on the
Yeah,
on that
right?
side of it.
Even at the beginning of the movie, when he's like, "We got to go kill Ethan Hunt" or whatever, they're like on the plane, like about to go to the airport or whatever. He's like, "Do you know this guy? Like, why are you so mad?"
Yeah, why, is
Yeah,
it
you know, is it personal?
He said that, and then there's so many. It's a tribute to the characters in these movies. They feel like they belong because there multiple times in the movie I was like, was that character in a past movie and I'm just forgetting, like,
Yeah.
because they made him feel like a part of the world immediately.
Yeah. And
And when he asked if that is personal, I was like, oh, was he
Is
like
it?
an old movie?
Is it
They have a
personal?
thing. Like,
no, they're just newcomers who like are automatically feel so real. They're like, oh, they've been here the whole time. Like, wait, no, they haven't. What?
yeah.
They're new characters. Oh
I
my
will
God.
say I did miss. I think fuck, what is his name? The guy he big dicked in the beginning, the bad guy, the bad good guy,
Oh, Kittredge.
Kittredge. That's his name. I do think if that was Alec Baldwin's character instead, it would have had more impact.
Oh, true.
I think he was kind of a replacement of Alec because he's kind of
Yeah.
he seems to be heading up the MIF. He's the one that she's supposed to go to become an agent. She's
Yeah,
like, I
he-
make the choice.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was Alec Baldwin's character, and they just kind
Yeah.
of,
What did I don't remember? Did Alec Baldwin's character die in the last one?
He didn't die. I don't think. I
think
think
it-
maybe they just.
They were like, "You're a liability." Like,
Yeah,
Well,
I think
the
literally
thing is,
the
I think
actor-
they filmed this way before that arrest
I
incident.
think you're
happened.
right, but
But I just think maybe they're like, all right, well, there's just no more room for you in this. Because why
Yeah.
would you keep doing this in this position and stuff?
it just
I don't
had
know.
like no like. I feel like I should have liked Kittredge's character a little bit, kind of like you like Alec Baldwin's character, like not like him, but like he gets some moments where he's endearing.
yeah, he's one of the
Kittredge
guys.
was just kind of like
an asshole.
he was like an asshole. Like by the end of the movie, when he said something, and I was just like, I said audibly
Oh.
in the theater, I was like, "Fuck this
Dude,
guy!"
yeah, he was like fucking Shea Wingham saw me. He was like Kittredge. He's like, I'm not here. Like I have no concern. Like
Yeah.
I'm not here. And then when the bridge was about to explode, he was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Well, sir, since you're,"
That was
he goes,
badass.
"Well, sir, since you're not here, it's none of your concern." He winks at him and just keeps
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah,
See,
that
I
was
feel like
dope.
he fell on the line over the line of like he's just an asshole. Like,
Yeah,
I,
he was an asshole.
but at the
too
same
early.
I didn't
time-
like. I wasn't like thinking he was on Ethan's side at any moment at all.
Yeah, but
And with
also
Alec, you kinda get
no
that.
one's ever on Ethan's side for some reason. It's crazy.
Well, like Alec's character, like Hunley or whatever, he seemed like he was trying to like toe that line between helping Ethan out and like being a good government dude, like doing his job for America. Like he was trying to like kind of toe that line, but like this guy was just like an asshole,
Yeah,
and he was
an
trying to
asshole.
like
off
do,
off the rip.
yeah.
I also Angela Bassett was in Fallout, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
They had a
I
picture
I
of
saw
her?
that. I saw
Yeah.
a
Oh, I
picture.
missed that.
Yeah, it was in the office when Mr. Saw was talking. Yeah, it was right there, and I
Where
think
was
she
she-
died.
did
She
she
died,
die?
right? She got. I think
She did die.
she.
Yeah.
Not
Henry
Angela
Cavill
Bassett, to be
killed him.
clear.
No, no,
No,
the
Henry
character, I
Cavill
think-
killed her character in Fallout, I believe.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
they did,
and
yeah.
they had that picture of her, and I was like, "Oh yeah, look at that."
Yeah,
Like,
that was cool.
it's
Yeah.
cool world building.
There's just so many cool characters in this whole franchise that are just like I appreciate their depth. You
Oh, yeah.
know what they add to it. It's not just like a side character that doesn't add anything.
Before
Yeah.
we get out of here, one set piece we for sure got to talk about is that fucking car chase scene in Italy.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's so
and that-
good.
Is there a franchise that does better car chases?
No,
Born,
not,
Born did really the Born series killed it, and that's I feel like I don't know if any of the choreographers are related, but it feels very much like a Born movie chasing. He's always like in Europe, and he's like going around Italy. And,
He's always has the disadvantage too.
yeah.
He always somehow gets out of it.
The
He
moment
always has the disadvantage.
where they're handcuffed, like all those moments where they're like,
Yeah.
trying to figure it out.
handcuffed. Like he's literally having to do this fucking chase scene with one hand or from the passenger seat or whatever. Like it's so fucking cool.
the
dude.
car flips and they like flip seats and they're like
She's driving again.
yeah, and then he's like, "You gotta drive," and she's fucking like sucks, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Go straight, go right," like in his Tom Cruise yelly voice.
Yeah.
And then fucking Mantis is like just in this fucking Hummer or whatever the fuck, just like hunting them
and it's
down.
one of those
It's
things
so
that like
cool.
should be like it's something that could be in a Fast and Furious movie and just be like, oh, it's a funny like stupid action scene, but the way they execute it is just so well done.
It's
like,
It's always all the craftsmanship's there. The
Yeah.
craftsmanship is there. They don't half-ass these action scenes.
At all.
They're like, no wonder Tom Cruise is so mad at the fucking people trying to sabotage his movie.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, we've been working on this fucking action scene for like a month now, so fucking help us out, dude.
And there's still like room for it to be funny. Like there's
Yeah.
the joke in there where he's like, it just takes a second sometimes.
Yeah,
Like,
the
He's
way
trying
he
to
set
put-
these
he's like,
things
they set
up.
these things up weird. Or the moment where like she's just like she's driving and she's like doing donuts in front of it, and then she goes all the way around and like and
And then Tom Cruise like, go
turn
straight,
right.
go straight, go straight. She's like, I'm trying. Like, he's like,
Yeah,
And
that's fucking great.
And I think the coolest part of this movie to me was the train sequence.
dude, it rules.
Yeah,
Badass. Like the fact that they like the train was kept going down and like, dude, they were going through like the kitchen.
Mhm.
And
That
they're like,
was
and it
so-
was
they're
slippery,
slipping.
all over the ground. So they're holding on to railings and shit, opening drawers and fucking like.
Like,
climbing
That's
up.
what I
how they
was
filmed
saying.
that.
That's what I was saying. Like there's shit that happens that like if you just described it to someone who hadn't seen it, they'd be like, oh well, that sounds fucking.
You're like,
ridiculous.
what? You're
Gabe,
like, no,
Gabe
no.
right now is like, well, this movie.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they're like, a bridge blew up, a train is falling off this bridge, and they have to like climb through the kitchen car, so it's all oily and it's
Yeah.
also on fire.
Oh,
on
and there's
fire.
just so much shit going
Dude,
on,
yeah.
and then it just keeps going. That they keep going up, obviously, and they get to this one room, and all the fucking tables are falling, and then the piano is like,
Oh my
and
god! There's
it's like,
just like
about-
every second there's
Yeah.
like something.
And it
Yeah.
just keeps getting better and better and better. There's like a scene where like they float for a little bit, like fucking Inception. Like,
oh, like yeah, their tray like falls, and they're
Like
fucking
such a like. Who else would think of that? Like that's just such a good little. It's only for like 5 seconds, but it's so memorable and it's so like oh obviously like the train popped up for a second as it's falling. Like
and everyone in the theater was like audibly was like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
like it just works."
like
man.
the like you said, the little memorable things, like when he crashes through the train with a parachute, and then this guy like comes up behind him, and his parachute gets caught in the wind,
Yeah.
and he fucking goes back and knocks the guy out, and like
So-
like this shit like
cool.
that.
And
I'm
they
like,
set that
it's a
up-
cool little thing, doesn't even matter, but it happened. I'm like, I was fucking badass.
yeah, and
dude.
it's like one of those things where you know he's coming, like you know he's currently
yeah, you've seen
in
him
a
jump off a
parachute.
mountain.
Yeah,
Like,
he's coming, but you don't know where he's coming from. You don't know that guy picked up the because he had fallen, and the red shirt not a henchman guy picked it up, and for a second I was like, is that gonna be him? Like, did he somehow get a mask? And like, because you never know with this movie, like he's holding it he's pausing for a second. I'm like, that's gonna be Ethan, like, or he's gonna shoot him, or like something like. I did not expect him to
crashes
fly
through the
window.
train. Yeah, it was
also,
awesome.
also another thing these movies do so well is, God, it's like you feel the anxiety in the scene, like
Oh my god!
so like fucking Haley Atwell is disguised as Vanessa Kirby,
Yeah.
trying to like fake this cell or whatever, or like essentially
Vanessa
wait till
Kirby's
Ethan gets
acting
there,
there is
and then Vanessa Kirby's like she'll like wake up like kind of and be like, and then fall back asleep, and you're like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Or talk about anxiety. The time when they were on the top of the train, and it's been done in train movies or train scenes every time. There's always a fucking crossing thing or something. They have
Yeah,
to
you
duck or
got to
whatever.
duck or.
But
yeah.
like they made it look and feel so intense, where it was just dark and they're at a tunnel and the little red lights were going by and they were like sliding. I was like, I legitimately was like, oh my god, somebody's gonna get hit.
and then like also having a knife fight.
Oh
during that,
yeah,
like,
he took out Gabriel took out that knife and was crawling after Tom Cruise. Like, and Tom Cruise had to Ethan had to crawl backwards
Yeah.
while not trying to get smacked by the tunnel. Was fucking get swiped out of a knife. And I'm like, God, I'm overstimulated, bro. and
then,
then
like,
so much
and
shit
then at the end
happening.
of that fight, Tom Cruise like pins him down. He's about to kill him, and you know he can't kill him, or like
Yeah.
he fucks up what Tom Cruise is trying to do.
yeah,
But I was like, I could see him actually just killing him and being like, "Fuck it, we'll figure it out." Like,
yeah,
you know,
he looked like he was, yeah.
and he like
yeah.
draws blood, and you're like, "Damn, he came close."
Yeah, he was about to, dude. He killed half his roster, bro. Like, he fucking killed his girlfriend from back in the day. Killed Rebecca Ferguson. He's like,
Damn,
dude,
he-
I'm
he
pissed
is,
at you.
yeah,
Damn.
dude, that
Well-
movie fucking rules.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean-
so many good things to say about it.
Yeah, obviously the people who are watching this part hopefully have seen the movie. Put it in put in the comments your favorite part, because that was just crazy.
There's so many
La-
good gold.
last thing to end it off. What are your top? We're not going to go through all of them, but what are your top 3 Mission Impossible movies now, and where does this one rank?
I feel like the last 3 have been the best 3.
Going up
And-
in order.
No, I saw Fallout #1, then Dead Reckoning, and then Ghost Protocol was the one before that, right?
No, Rogue Nation. Was.
Rogue Nation.
Oh well, never mind then. 3 out of the last 4. So-
Yeah,
I
Ghost
would
Protocol.
do Fallout, Dead Reckoning, and Rogue Nation. Honestly,
I don't know. And no, I can't even decide on an order right now because I feel like I want to see like after talking about it again.
You wanna see it again,
I want
yeah.
to see it again.
Yeah,
I like it. I
I'm
actually
sure.
like it more, but in no particular order, I have to say Fallout, Ghost Protocol, Dead Reckoning.
Yeah.
Ghost Protocol is still the shit, but damn, Dead Reckoning, the introduction of like the entity, just changes fucking everything.
Yeah.
It changes
It's
the way they
it's one of
think
the other
and do
movies,
things.
You like it kind of starts out and the plot develops and you eventually get your enemy. This is one where like you knew the stakes and who the villain was like 10 minutes in the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you know
pretty
what
much.
you know where we're at. This is what we're doing. Let's go.
And
Like,
also, up until this point in the franchise, they know what Ethan Hunt is about, and they stress how much of a badass he is. They're like, well, how do we track them? And they're like, you can't, don't even try. They're like, you don't even want to try because it's impossible. And we've done it for like 6 movies now, and we fucking can't do it. Like, he'll go rogue, and we just can't find him. And then he'll fucking save everything, and we'll be like, "Oh, okay, thanks." You couldn't. I don't know. We're trying to stop you the whole time. I don't know why. Like, he's a known badass in this, and also quickly fucking touched so many good things. I can't even pick one to like land on. Fucking, when they're like, "Yeah, it's just IMF." Like, we leave a word. And like, what do you mean you leave a word?
What do you
like,
mean?
You just tell them what to do. They're like, no, we can't find them. We just like kind of put it out there, like, hey, we need help. Is someone gonna help us? Like a Craigslist ad.
We don't really give him orders. Like, we just kind of ask,
Yeah.
and then if he does it, then great.
And then they always come through. They always clutch up for us. It's fucking badass, dude. I love.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was a great movie. Great movie.
Amazing. Go see it again. Go.
Yeah.
If you've seen it once, go see it again.
I might. I will.
Yeah,
I'll
I've
go
seen
see
it
it
twice
again
now.
middle of next week.
It's awesome. Like, yeah, go watch it.
Yeah.
$5 Tuesday or something. Go see it again.
Yep. Go have a beer while you. I had a beer while I did it, so you should do it too.
Yeah.
If you're over 21.
More than we've ever meant it. Watch movie.
Watch movie.
Watch this fucking movie in particular.
All right, guys. Well, subscribe, like, comment what your favorite part was, your favorite Mission Impossible movie. So far, if you've seen this one, what's your top 3? Whatever. Just talk about Mission Impossible in the comments. But as always, watch movies. Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching the video. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, because we love reading those, and subscribe for more of this delicious, yummy content. And always, do not forget to watch movies.